Child, we gonna let some people get up here, cause greetings. Hey, family. It has been an overly long fucking day. Greetings. I am so tired. So I had, hey, Rebel. I had set up this live. Yeah. I'm up. No, you're not, Marshall. Go to sleep, hell. I had set the live up earlier. Gratitude, Miss Tina, because I was gonna just have the live playing during the event, but it looked like it was gonna be just too much, so I didn't want to cancel it. Oh, excuse me, because I still wanted to just come on, um, and chat with you for a second after, um, and tell you how the event went and let you know that we have the date for Jackson, Mississippi. I will be putting it up on Eventbrite tomorrow. So our date for Jackson, Mississippi is October 15th. So we're going to be in Dillon, South Carolina, October 7th. And then we're going to mosey on down to Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, October 15th. So gratitude. Gratitude, Michelle. Oh, child, my lips is dry. And I'm tired. Michelle, here's your purse. Michelle, is that your pistol? Yes, it is. Child. So sorry. Sorry, y'all. I need some chapstick or something in my lips. Yep, I'm trying to get it, Marshall. Marshall is always waking up like she ain't sleep. Talking. Tell me some, oh, you on the line. Yes, girl. It's crazy. So let's talk about today's events. It was great. We had two genomes come, which was cool beans. It was a good turnout. We had a good vibe. We had quite a few men in the building, which was good. Um, all of our pretty much all of the chairs were filled up. I gave away prizes and gifts and ancestor money, and everybody looked beautiful. It was good. Hey, Michelle. Hey, I'm gonna drop the link in case y'all wanna. If people are on here that were in the building, and we can definitely talk about it. Um, let's see. Greetings. Please call me Quatita. I show gratitude. I did not know that. I hope he gets justice. I didn't know. I haven't looked at it, so I'm not sure. But I don't know how much justice it could actually be because a lot of people are not in jail, and some people are in jail who are scapegoats. But whatever. Um, there's a few people that probably should be in there. Cause period Tay gratitude to Quay at House of O'Shea's in Hesper. But so Actually, will he get justice? Probably not, because there are a lot of people that should be locked up that is not. For the Jackson show, it will be up on Eventbrite tomorrow. So you can go on Eventbrite and you'll be able to get it tomorrow. It's not on sale yet. They go on sale tomorrow. We just secured the date today, the building today, so I'm happy about that. The venue looks really beautiful. Of course, it's a undisclosed location. So, greetings, y'all. I dropped a link, so if you want to come up and talk about your experience, this was not a mistake. This was just um a group reading, and it was a lot. So I got validation from some things after it was over, because sometimes people get excited, and I might think I'm talking to someone, but I might be talking to somebody else. But also people be like, "Oh, that's for me. That's for me. That's for me." And so it's hard for me to focus sometimes in that way. And so sometimes some messages are missed, and we have to just have the conversation um when I can sidebar sometimes. So some people wait for me at the end and we sidebar, you know what I'm saying? And so we kind of talk about some things then. And so one of the young ladies that were there, I kept hearing her name over and over again. I'm like, yeah, that's, and I was saying her name to myself, talking to spirit. So when it was over, I sat with her and her people. Greetings, y'all. Hey, Mamie Giovanni. I was just playing your song. You see, I used your song again, girl, for something else. Gratitude, Charming. Um, and so ended up getting validation that her friend who was murdered also has the same name. So I ended up talking to her for her after the show. So oh, Miss Banks. Let's see.
I don't know.
Greetings.
Greetings.
How you doing?
I'm not right. We driving to the hotel right now. Yeah, I'm right, but
Yes, girl. I was gonna go have a drink, but I just can't. I was tired.
I know that's what Aubrey said.
So, y'all came in, and I just saw your message on the way back here to the house that y'all had got stopped for a speeding ticket.
Yes, we was doing 95 on the side. I was fine. I told him, I said,
But
get me there. I don't want to miss her. Get me there.
gratitude, Deja. Y'all got home quick too. Come on up, Deja. Deja 19. So, Miss Banks, how was it for you?
It was amazing for me. It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting to do a reading with you for a long time, and I've been wanting to meet you too.
Gratitude, gratitude. So I know I was like back there, but then I kept getting pulled other places. Oh no, we lost the signal. But I was back there talking to them, and then I got pulled a couple other places. It was like, damn. And so I kept feeling like it
It
was,
was a group reading.
hey,
Hey, I was just telling my boyfriend about it.
y'all got home fast.
I know it was only like an hour and 33 minutes. Like, so she put her drove there, I drove back. It was kind of fast.
Dang.
It was so fun. You are so pretty in person. Oh my goodness. I was just like, look at her. It was so nice. I had so much
Gratitude.
fun.
You know what's so funny, Deja? I get that a lot. Like people will see me on here and then they would see me in person and be like, "You are so pretty. You look so different." Like, well, shit, I
Yes.
am fucked up on this internet.
I wouldn't say that, but you see the difference. You see the glow in person, I feel like. So I love
I
it.
hear that. That's what people say.
I love it.
Really? Gratitude. When I first met Aubrey in person, she stopped and she said, "You are so pretty. You are glowing." I was like, "Really?"
I told Aubrey she looked good in person too. I'm like, Aubrey, you look so pretty. Like,
That's
I
my
gave her a
dog.
hug too. Yeah.
That's my dog.
Gang was definitely there.
Yes.
Marshall, period. I'm talking about. I said, yep. It all makes sense. Yes, I
Yeah.
love how you did all of that. Period. It was so nice. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
Marshall and Jose. Yep.
And Jose, and yes, the food was good. It was a vibe for real. I was just telling my boyfriend about it.
The food was
Like,
good, wasn't it?
did you eat?
I
Yeah.
finally got some. It's in the kitchen. I took a few bites and then I was full, but mm-hmm.
Quatita, you want to say hi? But yes, I just had a wonderful time. So I just want to let you know that gratitude for
Gratitude.
everything because it was nice. Even though I feel like what I felt before I came, the message was gonna be from my boyfriend. I already knew that. Like I felt that. So I
Girl,
was
that
telling him
was so
about that.
funny
He
because
looked
I'm trying to give a reading to somebody else and I keep hearing Charles.
tell and I
Charles.
ain't even told him yet. Yes.
I said, who the hell? I said, who is Charles?
Who
He
is
said,
Charles, your daddy? and who got a picture of him? He's talking about the picture of him that we got in here. Yes. He was like, tell him you look good. Like yeah, that was him. And that was him last week too on the live.
yes. I said, this is absolutely the hell
Say hi.
insane.
And this is my baby that
Hi,
I asked
Jay.
about. Say hi. She know you.
How are you?
Say something.
Can I use some of your hair for my wig? I make me a pretty wig with it. I thought you was coming to say hi to me.
I know. She act a little shy.
That's all right. I understand.
It
Because
was
I
way
was
more
getting
people
shy
than I
too.
thought.
It was a lot of people came. Yes.
Yes, it was. Like I was hoping, like I'm thinking this might be small. I'm like, oh, me and put on the ride, just talking about it. We get there, we like, damn, it's fat in here. Hold up, yeah. So I just
Listen,
want to say
and
that
we
it's
had the two
nice.
genomes. A bitch done made it.
And how they came in, like how they people came through, like they needed that. They
Yeah.
definitely needed that, and I'm
Yeah.
glad they came and they got that experience too. Because
Yeah.
everybody needed though, and like you say, all genomes ain't genomes, and
Yeah.
clearly, me and Putter was like, they done been through some stuff, cause y'all done been through it, so yeah,
That part.
understood.
Miss Anita, it's not letting you come up, Miss Anita, because you ain't allow your stuff. But Miss Banks is back.
Contact.
So okay. Because Miss Banks, I was back there talking to you, and then I was getting pulled other places.
You was.
Y'all are both absolutely beautiful in person as
You.
well. Just so everybody knows. I mean,
I
everybody
want to
showed
give
up
you a
today.
hug so bad. I said I'm gonna get her when I go get the.
So, okay, what was your experience, Miss Banks?
I had a really good experience because I picked up on a lot of stuff that people don't know about. Like nobody knew that I was doing the tarot except for Rob and the people that I've been doing in prison. Nobody else
That's
knew.
dope.
So for you to pick up on that, he even was like, that's why when you said it, I was like, I'm gonna be quiet, and you was like, nope, it's you.
Because at first I'm like, what's the? Because they was showing it to me by showing me the other lady on YouTube to be doing it. So I'm like, is somebody watching it? Everybody like, no. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, somebody does tarot. Now you know what's crazy because after the event was over, the little petite one with the purple with the braids, she came up and was like, I do tarot too. And so it was like the whole line of the people I was pointing to,
Yeah,
like,
in that section. But
yeah, I
you
mean,
didn't miss on anything. And then when I asked you about my cousin's death and stuff, that is him. And you kept mumbling. You said it's go time. You said you were saying something, and that's something that he always. And you mentioned Dewan, that's my uncle that he was close to because his father actually was murdered in Detroit as well the same way, shot and killed. So it was amazing how much you picked up.
Gratitude. It was a lot of piggybacking too. A lot of souls were
Mhm.
piggybacking in on each other. But I show appreciation for saying that because I felt so bad because every time I come back there, I was being pulled somewhere else. And so now I'm way up here and then I'm like, oh, that's you back there. And then come find out it was another Dre that was the connection that was in the back too. So
Yeah,
it's like, dang.
because my baby daddy that's in prison, he do a lot of stuff too. He a little so I got what you put up on.
Listen, we had a lot of laughs too. Cause I mean, when you looked over at your dude, like he's like, "What you looking at
I'm
me for?"
single, Quincy. I'm single, but yeah, he came with me.
Oh,
That's why I said say it because it was probably something that to be said if you was picked up on stuff.
oh.
Yeah,
So y'all just do
yeah. We
stuff.
not. I mean, we. That's my ex, and he's trying to get it right, but the drinking you picked up on that before.
The Hennessy. Oh, that's why the whole wanting to get married and you were setting things into place. Like, now we got to do this and this first, and then this. Girl,
Yeah, yeah. And then my baby daddy don't. It's I don't know. It's them two. Is like
girl, that's some shit.
so when
Now that all makes sense.
I was like, okay, because you like I don't want to.
But I couldn't hate on trees.
Greetings.
Michelle, come on up, Michelle, man. Come on up. Let's chat about it.
Yeah, we have.
Girl, this was insane. You just made all that make sense. But I didn't get to really talk to you like
Yeah,
that because I kept getting pulled. So I would give you stuff and then get pulled somewhere else. And so now all that shit makes sense. Him wanting to marry you. Girl, that's deep. Okay. Gratitude. Hey,
right.
Don Trees, how was it for you?
It was amazing. I had so much fun. The energy was high. I hadn't seen you since 2020, so it was so good to see you again. I especially love watching you do the hand movements in person, especially when you were healing the one woman with the hand movements. That was amazing to see in person. I loved it.
Gratitude. Gratitude. You said your speaker is messed up. Oh, okay. Yes. And I felt bad because I kept trying. Your name was the first name I was hearing, and I kept trying to get to you. But it was
Mhm.
like Spirit had me moving all around you. And
Mhm.
so when I did get to you, it was that very minimum, like put your hand on this person here. And so that shit,
That
that
was
was
deep.
deep as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't even think about it until you said put your hand on her back because you're harboring that same pain. And the tears just came. Like that brought some clarity. It made me think about some stuff like, hold on. Like, am I having this same thing with my mom that I don't discuss or haven't even thought about?
Yes. That shit was that
That
was wild. Yes. It was a good time, a good turnout. And I so appreciate y'all for coming. If we took pictures, y'all send me the pictures so I can see and have some of the pictures because I don't, I like to put them up and I like to have them for my own reference. So, okay. So, okay, I know you said the hand gestures. So,
Mhm.
what else stood out to you?
How everybody had similarities with their stories, like how everybody connected in some way. I thought that that was very amazing too. Like you may have been talking about one person, but then it parallel to somebody else. Like I thought that that was really cool. Like how we were our stories connected in some way or shape or form. Um,
Normally, too, it's like people would come in and they would sit. by each other, not even know each other, and they would have similar stories.
Just
But
like how I sat by somebody who has
yes,
a similar
yes.
story. It's like it was like meant for us to sit certain places or something. Like it was just supposed to be that way.
Because everybody was able to sit where they want to, and some people would sit in the back and come to the front, and you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Um, so even like how that happened, but some I would just be pulled like, oh, you connect with this person. It was almost like a puzzle, like y'all
Yep.
two have the same thing, and I don't even know, but that's just the way spirit was working. Gratitude, gratitude. So do you feel like you were able to take something away though, even though I did not get to really get to you?
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Especially about the mom and daughter. Like that made me think about my relationship with my mom. Like maybe there's some issues that I have with my mom that I can discuss with her. Like maybe I'm harboring some things from her, like how she was, and that made me think about a lot of stuff because it was a time where my mom was like, "Well, maybe some of your issues stem from your mommy issues with me," and it brought those feelings back up. So
Dang,
definitely a
gratitude.
lot to think about. Oh, and the fact that I got to talk to Jose and that we like we
That
share
was
a family member.
crazy.
Yes. Yep. We share a niece. I've been in her life since she was in the womb till now.
Yeah, that was crazy. I could not believe that shit. I said, wait a minute, y'all connect with family?
Hmm. And then when he brought up how you were saying the name Dre and his brother's name is Trey, and I know his brother, and it's like maybe there was a message there for us that we just didn't know.
Yes.
So I thought that that was cool too.
And then like this was the second time. So I met my dad's side of the family when I was like 13 years old,
Hmm.
going into my 14th birthday. And they would show me,
Really?
hmm
I met my real dad's family when I was 14.
yes. So they would show me these pictures. It's a lot of comments here. Touch it. They would show me these pictures, family albums and shit I would see. And they would like, oh, this is your one cousin, Jamila. But she never came to like the house. Like, I
Hmm.
only saw like a few baby pictures of her. And then one day she came into my event and I was like, do you know you're my cousin? So when she came in again today, I said, did I tell you you're my cousin? She said, yep. I
Hmm.
was like, that shit is crazy.
Yes. It's so fun
Possibly.
having this work.
Yeah. Spirit work is amazing. Um,
Yeah.
so when I first started tonight, right? When Mr. Lewis first came in, like he was super aggressive. He was aggressive with my team kind of outside when he had to get patted down and stuff. He didn't
Hmm.
necessarily want to show his ID. He was kind of. Um,
Hmm.
so then when he came in, he had sat in the lady's seats and she was like, he was sitting right there and he just looked at her like
Yep. I peeped that too.
yeah. And so I didn't say anything, but I knew Spirit was gonna. Mama said, knock you out.
Hmm. And Joe
Yeah.
did too.
First person. He was the
Hmm.
first person that got read. It fucked me up when he cried.
Yep.
He became so open. He let his guard down. He was no longer aggressive like that. He
Hmm.
was the most friendliest person in the venue. Like
Yeah.
that was so crazy. And then when he said, "He give me some more tissue, something wrong with my eyes."
And I
Yeah.
love that there were men there too as well. And
We
when
had
they get
men in the
read and
building.
they become vulnerable and
Mhm.
express themselves, like I enjoyed that as well, seeing the men there.
Yes. And Michelle, he was funny as fuck. He
Hmm.
gave a good like up to the place as well. It was so crazy to see him transform.
Yes. Like he was cracking jokes and laughing and all that good stuff went out the window.
It
But
did.
I love seeing that. Let his guard down and be open and vulnerable and just being comfortable in that space. But it's that space is comfortable. It allows us to just be judgment free. We
Yeah.
can talk about our stories, and it's just safe. It's a safe space, and I love that.
Let me tell you what else was crazy. So as I'm asking about a murder that took place here in Cincinnati, and I'm thinking they from Michigan. I'm
Hmm.
not realizing they are from here. So I'm like, I'm giving, and he's like, oh well, I know this person, and I'm like, I don't even know why he's saying it because I'm still thinking he's from Michigan. So I'm
Hmm.
like, well, wait a minute, because I keep hearing that name and I know that they was friends. He was like, yeah, and I already just said, well, oh, it's a person in here that's connected to one of the killers.
Hmm. That was crazy.
So then he say that, and I realized, oh shit, it's here.
Yeah.
I'm like, never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You peeped that too, Michelle? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He was like, oh no, we just went up there and came right back. We ain't from there. I'm like, oh shit. Deja, that shit was crazy. I'm looking like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Because I had worked on actually I had worked on both of those cases, but one I did more work on than the other one. It was just the guy who I was asking about. Um, like his ex-girlfriend had came to me about the murder, and hey Lisa, and I realized how they connected, and it was so many setups connected to both of these murders. You know what I mean? And it was many hands that played in this. And so when they kept repeating the name, I'm like, somebody in here can to this person? Are you connected? Or then I started thinking like, oh well, maybe somebody was murdered in this same way. And then I said, oh, some of the killers, people friends or something is in this motherfucker.
Hmm.
I never peeped until I peeped that he was saying the name like, oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Right.
I said, wait a minute, y'all from here? He's like, oh.
Hmm.
Like, shit, let me refocus over this motherfucker.
Right.
Then the genome ladies that came in, I kept feeling like, oh, they energy was strong as fuck. I
Yeah.
felt them at the gate before they even came through the gate to get into the building.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I think they're connected to the tragic passing. Like there's a tragedy here. And so when they come in, y'all, right, never mind, Tay. When they come in, I'm immediately being pulled away from the person I'm talking to because the person they had been waiting on, let me tell you how strong this shit was, had came to me in my dream last night with the info.
That was crazy.
As fuck. As fuck.
That was crazy.
I was like, and then the connection from the other day too, you know, like he had been trying to show me. And so even before they got there, I'm giving information and people are like, I don't know. And so when they come in, all of the information had been for them.
Hmm.
So what happened was her boyfriend went out to the car to grab I thought he was saying gash out the car. He was saying cash out the car, but he was saying gas, like he went out there. I said, so he went out there to get the weed out the car, and she started laughing like he went out there to get the cigarello to roll the weed. And I'm like, so he go out there to get something out the car, and somebody shot him in his head and killed him. That shit, it was like she was blown away every time I opened up my fucking mouth. She was like, she didn't want to talk about this shit. Like it's
Hmm.
something to that because she kept saying, I understand.
Yep.
I understand. Like, some people give you details like, well, yeah, this she was like, I understand.
Yep.
So when he had came, he showed me my ex girlfriend's son, who I also call my nephew. Um, show me him because they shared the same name. And then the baby, which I was so terrified about because I'm thinking, I hope nothing happens to this baby, and kind of find out she had terminated or lost the pregnancy by him and the baby was with him. Girl, that shit was all crazy. That shit was bananas.
Yeah.
They both was,
That was
right,
crazy.
Michelle? Because her cousin she came with ex had got killed too in prison. So we had to go into that after a while. Like
It was a lot.
they came and got the business they came for.
Yeah, because you kept going to them too.
Hmm. When Spirit was like, I need you to go up there and bring up the narcotics. I know she didn't want to say anything, but I had to, 'cause then
Hmm.
she started crying, and so I feel like she got what she needed. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
and that's
they
good.
definitely did. Yes. It was good, Jose. Yeah.
Yes,
How was the event for you?
it was really good. I loved it for a lot of people. It was healing. I love the fact that everybody was connected.
Yeah. See, we was just talking about.
Hmm.
Even when I was sitting next to Clarissa, still connection there, and I
Yeah.
definitely felt a lot of resonation. So I loved the event. I
Yes.
did. It was very.
They were happy to see you too.
They were, and I was happy to see them. They were very fun, energetic.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really energetic crowd,
Yes.
like very good energy.
This is Don Treese up here.
Hey, Don Trees.
Hey,
Hey. And I met Don Trees for the first time.
and we connected y'all
Did
through family.
through family and didn't even know. You
Mm-mm.
finally met me.
Hmm.
It's nice meeting you too
It
again.
was nice meeting you too. I thank y'all so much. This event was
Don
so
Treese is this
fun.
big.
Yes.
I am. I'm so tiny.
Listen.
But it
Girl.
was really
Ari,
nice
come on over
meeting
here and sit down.
I haven't put this in.
Jose, can I have two more pillowcases? Because I threw them in the washer. Um, girl. So it was like we talking about all of the stuff that took place at the event today. Uh, girl,
Marcia is out.
it has been. She was never woke, even when she walked in here.
Greetings, Aubrey.
So,
Greetings.
how was the event for you? Because you didn't came to a few of them at this point.
Um, it's always great to see you work. I think that you
Yes.
bring a lot of closure for people, and a lot of validations for conversations that happen with people before they get there to where they
Mm-hmm.
know that that is their reality.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's always amazing to see how you're able to change lives within the room, within the small messages or detailed messages that you give to those who just need it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to just be on the sidelines and just watch you work, it's always an amazing experience.
Gratitude. She interviews so well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Gratitude. So we had talked about gratitude. We had talked about how Mr. Lewis was aggressive when he first came in,
Yes.
and then the spirit broke him on down,
Hmm.
and he was so pleasant after that.
Yeah.
He was pleasant, right?
Yeah.
He was.
Change that right on back up around.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what did you think about? Because we was just when y'all came in, we was talking about the genomes reading.
Um, well, you had to pull me in because I was outside, you know, doing my little jizz child. Okay. And I came in and I'm like, wait, what? Like, okay.
From the dream.
Yeah. Yeah. So but this has been a dream that's been constant for the last 3 days, right?
Mm, yeah. Well. Yep. Two.
So
Yeah.
um it just was like just confirmation because it's like people, I think with spirit they already are aware and ready, like on the sidelines waiting. So
Yeah.
it's like I got to be able to make sure that I can be able to give her a vivid picture of what she can
try to figure out what this is so I can be able to give it to her.
Mm. And there was a lot of people that had met adversity, child,
Yeah.
trying to even get there. Two sisters had caught a flat tire where they had to change both of the front tires. Miss Banks and her friend got stopped by the police. Um, it was some stuff happening,
But
and everybody made
with the genomes,
it.
me and
Mm-hmm.
Marshall was on the sideline watching the other genome that came with her. The one that was on the other side, not the one that you were talking to, but the one
Her
beside her.
cousin.
She was bloodshot red. She was shaking, and she just kept saying, "Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God!" Like there's no way that this woman could have known this information. Like the details that you were
Mhm.
giving, it was so to the point to where they were both just, "I can't believe this"
Mm-hmm.
type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really, really good to for you to be able to be like, oh, like wow, I was able to really connect the dots. This is crazy.
Cause she was crying, and it wasn't even about her at first. It was her boyfriend that was coming through.
Hmm.
But then later on, her boyfriend who got that girl, that was crazy. Let's talk about that.
Listen.
Don,
That was deep.
that was deep as fuck. Okay, let's get into it because her boyfriend came through. And I said, who connected? Somebody got stabbed, and she was like, look at Michelle. Yes, her boyfriend had got stabbed up in prison because he had killed a woman. What? Girl, I said this. Let me take this out. That
Was crazy.
is as fuck. It was, I mean,
The tea was 10
the
tonight. Let's
tea,
just say
It was
the
definitely 10.
tea was teeing.
the tea
Like,
was
It was
10.
piping hot.
Like, oh fuck no, wait, can't go down that road. All right, so we're going here.
let me mind my
Okay,
business.
okay, yes. Every which way, north, south, east, and the west.
And Miss Banks was just up here a minute ago, and she had,
Thank you,
I know she cutie pie.
Phil.
And I'm like, she validated things to even up here that I wasn't like. She told me she already told me she understood it, but because I was like, oh, your boyfriend. She was like, no, we're not together. It's the drinking, which made sense when I said, who's drinking? Who's drinking the Hennessy? And they like, he said, oh, it's me. I like some Hennessy. And so I said, oh, that's what that is about you wanting to marry her. But she's like, no, I got everything planned out. It got to be like this, this,
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
So everything was like validated. I said, damn, even at the end, even with Sweetie's people, Brittany,
Hmm.
because I always think about this young woman, and that's why I kept hearing her name all night, was because her friend, who was also Brittany, was coming through, and she had been walking home because I kept saying, who was leaving the mom's house, or I was leaving the house, or I was leaving my mom's house, I was headed home, like I was trying to figure it out. So this was her the whole time.
Hmm.
She was leaving Brittany's house on Mother's Day,
Mm.
and she got shot. Because I'm like, well, I think she got killed on the way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. And I think about this young woman all the time, and I don't even know her. But my daughter was going to the school at that time, SCPA. The young woman was leaving her friend's house on Mother's Day, and it was an argument, and all she did was turn to see who it was and got shot. She was away from it. She was far away from it. And I think about it all the time.
Innocent bystander.
Innocent bystander. She was walking home minding her business. She just heard somebody arguing behind her, so she kind of just, turned around like, where's it coming from? And got shot. It bothers me, and I think about it all the time. Like, so I tell my kids, mind your business. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Hmm.
don't always got to see the fight. You ain't always
Hmm.
got to, because I think about that shit. That shit fucked me up.
My granny used to say all the time,
Yeah.
even just the old people in general, a bullet ain't got a name on
Sure don't.
Right. You said, have I ever did an event and somebody read for me while I was at my own event? Um, Let me think on that. I don't think at an event. Yes. Yes. St. Louis. Yep. I was reading Miss Marilyn and she came back because Miss Marilyn is a reader. And so was reading for her before and she turned around and started reading for me in her same reading. So when she came into the event in St. Louis here recently in July, I'm reading her and then she turned around and started reading me. And so yes, that has happened. She read Marshall too. Miss Marilyn in St. Louis.
She did.
I think Marshall last sleep, but woke.
She did.
But yeah, but but yeah. So that yeah, that's happened. That's happened. Gratitude for the purchases that y'all made tonight. Make sure that y'all reach out to Marshall for y'all Night Family Reunion shirt. We coming up on that. So if y'all got somewhere to stay, make sure y'all putting it in the group so we'll know where people is and we can try to get the park because I think we have narrowed it down to some parks or something. I got to get with Deja um to really find out about that. We're supposed to talk tomorrow. But tonight's event, man, it was really a good
I
turnout.
got some footage I'm
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sweetie made taco salad. She made walking tacos.
It was
Um,
good too.
Girl, I'm about to go in there and warm it up.
Yes, it was. And I had the veggie one. It
That's what I
was
had.
good.
She
Mm-hmm.
used the corn meat that I like, and people like corn. Is it made out of corn? No, it's QUORN and something like that. And I might not be saying it right. I don't know, but I thought it was
That's
corn.
right.
Yes.
Okay. It is a good meat. I like to make spaghetti with it, tacos. Child, she.
Has a great taste too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we got some spicy Doritos. Charming. We already know what you said about Doritos,
But
but I'm just
But
gonna eat
it was
them.
the
delicious.
combination is.
Yeah.
Yes. Like the rice was good. Child, I'm about to go in there and warm that up.
It was perfectly seasoned.
Mm-hmm. Marshall kept saying it tastes like sausage.
It does.
It was good. Hey, Miss Janice, you want to come up and talk for a second? Tell us how you felt like things went. I like to hear people's different opinions and what they saw from their point of view. You
And
know,
I could step down and let her come up.
If you want to, that's okay. That's fine. Whatever you want to do, Don Trees. Child, I ain't gonna talk about it, but I'm saying I hope you take some of my advice I gave you.
I sure am.
Okay, Kaspirit.
I'll be hitting you up soon.
Okay, Kaspirit. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cause I wish a nigga woo.
Yeah. We can go and get that together.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know if you seen Chaz. I was pointing at Chaz because she had said, "Obs."
Chaz, girl, listen.
We had we had a time tonight.
We had a
Time.
time
Yes, it
tonight.
was so amazing.
Yes. And I got on my cute shirt. This is my logo shirt. Yes.
Y'all be
Um.
ready to get y'all merch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tap in.
Marshall had some of her great shirts. Make sure y'all get y'all shirts for the
For the
family reunion
reunion.
too.
Yes.
I know some people
Put y'all
supposed to
orders in.
um carpool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you carpool, let us know. Chad says, "What up, loves?"
What's up, Chaz?
There was the whole team there. Well, Marshall. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Aubrey, Marshall, and Jose. Yeah. And then girl, let's talk about security. First of all, security was fine. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And was.
He was and got rid his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
His mother came in, but look at Aubrey. Aubrey was not for the shit. Because what happened, Aubrey?
Louise.
I mean, he was not doing his job. You understand what I'm saying? And I just kind of feel like, when you're paid to do a service and you understand that this is serious and this is something that we don't play about, like
Treasure, come up.
you can't be half stepping. Period. I don't care. Talking on the phone, like no. There's no way that we should be working harder than you, and you got the vest, the strap, the mace,
Hey, you
the
had the gun
handcuff.
too, though.
I did too.
Marcel had her gun.
But it's just the point of the matter.
It was
Like,
a few guns in the building.
but you out here, you supposed to be doing extra shit. You on the phone with bitch.
Listen, he got the motherfucking vest though. He got the gun, the vest, the mace. First of all, he came late. He was
And
late.
then somebody's getting fired. That's all I can say.
You too shy. Listen, he had the vest on. He came. I mean, his little locks was twisted out, and I was like, "Greetings. How are ya?"
And we
Um,
quickly went after that when I realized he wasn't doing shit.
Obviously, I don't give a fuck.
And
Look, Michelle said he was late, girl. He was late.
L80. Late and you ain't even do shit. How you want to be late and not do nothing?
Because I had called him. I said, "What's your ETA?" And he was like, "Well, she told me to be there at 4:45." I said, "Okay." I think he got there at like 5:15. He said, "Well, she told me to be here at 5, but you still didn't get here at 5. You still got here late. You was still late. People were already coming in."
Mm-hmm.
It just so happened that we're behind the gate, and to get in, you got to get through the gate to get through the door. So he said, "I know." I opened my purse. He didn't even look down. Like, what the fuck?
So that's why I was checking it. I know.
Yeah, because everybody gets patted down. You got to open your purse up because bitch, we ain't playing. But that shit, like, Aubrey was so pissed at the end of the night.
It's I just feel like that's not how you do business. And for anybody that is claiming to do security, let me go ahead and let you know now, I am not playing. This is a business. And when she is out here doing this, it's already enough that she has to channel the energy that she's channeling. But please don't think that just because you feel like spirit got her, yes, they got her. But in this physical realm, we are also making sure that we have her protected as well. And anybody that is doing a job that is being paid for it, you need to make sure that you are doing that. So don't say that you be in security and you on your phone talking to your girls or doing whatever because you are working. And if Aubrey sees that you're not working, I will make sure that you will never work a security job under Quintita Dean again. That part. So y'all just make sure that before y'all say y'all want to do security, that y'all do it correctly.
Good
Huh?
morning.
Were you at the event? You weren't at the event, were you?
No, no, no. This is Tasha from Trinidad. All I ever wanted was to just give you an update
Oh, hey,
and how
Tasha.
things have changed. Yes.
How is it over in Trinidad?
Horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know if this is the time and place to share, but I did start a business, and I did forgive my father. He's about to be released from prison, and I mean it's a bunch. So I wouldn't stay up here too long because I wasn't at the event. But I want to know when I could call, at least to give you an update on how things has changed from the last time we spoke.
Reach out to me and we'll do it sometime this week.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Bye.
Gratitude. What's up, Chrissy? Yeah. Well, um, you is so petty. She's so fucking petty, bro. But yeah, no, we had a good time, dog. I just wanted to, hear everybody. Like, it was some amazing things that was going on. The guy who almost died.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
crazy.
That was phenomenal.
Girl.
That was crazy.
Girl. I was like, Jose. He was like, what?
You was about to cry, Jose?
Yes.
So sensitive.
Girl.
Because I was gonna cry too at some point.
But I think for me that could be the highlight of the night because I think that he doesn't even understand his own power.
Yes, and he walks with a lot of it.
And for them to be connected to him saying, "Oh my goodness, yes, yes," like
He
the
reminded me
shootout.
so much of P&B Rock
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
And then
Wiz Khalifa.
when you told him to say um, that his soul doesn't belong to the industry,
Mm.
Yeah.
That was
was
deep.
deep.
That was deep.
Because who he's connected to must be in the industry. Whoever that Atlanta producer is must be connected in the industry in some way to where he can soar. He will elevate. He will be successful inside of that. And that was so crazy because Marshall was like, I just was talking to them about his music today.
Really?
She did. She said she was talking to him about his music and everything that you said. She was like, I was just talking to him about that. I just talked to him about that. So they were already talking about it. You just pretty much put a validation to it, which is why he laughed the way that he did when you said it.
Wow.
Wow.
Because it's something like I don't know, it's different about him and the fact that he has a hard time even speaking. The fact that he's an artist,
Yes.
you know. So I was like, that's deep all in itself.
That's what touched me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jose.
Was going through it. I'm like the tissue. He was like, I'm like, girl. Okay. He was like, what?
That spirit told him to say it, like hit him with the Philip on de Wa. You know, my spirit is mine, my soul is mine.
Dope as fuck.
That shit was deep. I'm like, dang.
Then Fendi and Baphomet coming and sending money. Girl, yes. Where I was? Girl.
It was a lot going on. Like some deities were like, yeah, sending messages.
I want to work with you. Like,
yeah, that was crazy as fuck.
G.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was a hellified event.
It was.
It almost turned into a aesthetic, y'all. Y'all don't even know.
I thought it was about to too.
Girl, if I would have had some Brugal, it was going down.
Oh yeah.
Listen, y'all did not see. I'm stop saying, you know, they have names. Her name is Celeste. Listen, after I had came over there and said and did, and she had felt all of that shit twice. So when I'm sitting there talking to the mother and the daughter, she was looking at me. Everybody's turned around looking at them. She was looking at me like this.
Like, oh my goodness.
It is some work getting ready to happen in this motherfucker. But when I touched the dude, I could not fucking speak.
Which one?
What we was talking about with the music.
That was crazy.
I could not speak.
That was crazy.
I kept trying to tell y'all like I can't talk. I'm like, I cannot talk. And then I was like, I got to call for Yehuda because, bitch, I can't speak in this motherfucker. And that's when the hand gestures came in. But I was like, this is about to turn into a aesthetic. Girl. It went down.
You told Sweetie, she tried to give you some damn lip gloss. You like, I know.
I can't talk. Fuck putting something on my lips. Help.
Because we stopped. That's what somebody said. Albert, she needs some lip gloss. And I gave you my lip gloss. And you was doing, I'm like, like, girl, I'm paying attention. I'm trying to see what's wrong.
I cannot talk. I was like, what?
Yeah, when you went up there and was like, okay, I can't say nothing.
I was like, let me move away from him because I can't fucking speak. Oh, I realized because he can hardly speak. Well, I be fucking.
It was hard for him to be able to count.
She said, I wanted Pop to come. Girl, a lot of people did tell my son, go get her the Brugal. No. No.
Hell no.
Anybody got no more hours? We done did it 5 in this motherfucker. This was a 2-hour event turned into 5. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we had to go on and go. I said it's already 9 o'clock. Mm-mm. Started at 5, and no, it's 10 o'clock. It was 10:46. Like I got to go to have a drink. Go have a drink. No, I wanted to go to nostalgia, but child, I was like, no, I need nostalgia on the couch. My motherfucking feet was hurting. Sweetie tried to rub them, but shit, bitch, they was like this. My little sock sandal things kept coming off. Like, bitch, what the fuck?
It was so funny. You was like, I don't know why these supposed to be
They supposed to be
non-resistant.
non-slip
Yeah,
resistant. Then I almost slipped in there.
what?
Child. In front of Michelle, did you see it? I almost fucking slipped.
Girl, what?
They tried it, got it. They tried it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but it was fun. I show gratitude. I can't wait to see y'all in Baltimore. We have a 2 night for Baltimore, Saturday and Sunday this next weekend coming up. Then after that, I got to get to my house so I can send out these invitations for this baby shower. Then we're gonna be in Dillon, South Carolina, then Jackson, Mississippi. So this is the thing. Y'all know the Aesthetic is in California. However, tonight the people were like, when can you do another one here? And so I'm gonna look at some dates to see about doing a Aesthetic here in Cincinnati as well. So
Oh,
yeah,
I
we're gonna
Can't
see.
wait. I'm coming to that too.
Listen, the Aesthetic spirit shows up and shows the fuck out.
me too.
They
And
do a lot of real work.
yeah,
Just be fully
Yeah, be ready to
prepared.
do work.
yes, be prepared to do work. Cause I'm telling you, in North Carolina,
Don't take me back.
my cousin, he's a man, and he
The one you said kept falling.
listen. My cousin is in his 50s. Mama had put him down so many times. He said again, again. Ah man, like
And like he almost could have just laid on the floor and stayed
he didn't want to
there.
get up, child. I was watching every time I watched the video. Every time Mama came to him, I seen his little legs just fold up under him like this. I said, child, but like I said, I remember coming to, and I saw Miss Trina hit the floor. She fell straight out her chair. Boom! I was like, oh, somebody's in trouble. Like somebody's going to jail. I'm telling you, because she shouldn't have hit that floor that hard. I went back out. Like, y'all take care of that. Because Miss Trina just hit that motherfucking floor, baby. I know what the fuck. I be so confused when I come back into myself, because I'll come in like, and people falling around me, and I'm like, mm-mm.
Let me go back.
let me step back out of here. This ain't for me. Shit. So I
Girl.
watched this shit back sometime. I didn't watch all of North Carolina back because the parts that I saw
We're good enough.
were good enough, honey. When I seen Mama straddle that lady leg, I said, let me turn this off. Because they was in there acting game. Turn that off.
It was.
North Carolina was a good one. See what I'm saying? She was asleep this whole time.
Me and
Why Marshall
Marshall,
just keep
we
waking
looking
up
at each
doing
other
that?
like, wait a minute. He can fall out one more time. I'm like, can somebody help catch somebody? Cause listen.
Aubrey be running. She be running from it because she's like,
And the mama be like, she tell me to come hold somebody. And here she comes. Knock you out too. Girl, what?
she be tricking them. She be tricking them. That shit was crazy. Wowzer. You last one you came to was oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
To the one to where I lived at somewhere in the world, in the country, in the United States.
Yeah.
Yup. But that was a good one too.
Yeah.
I seen some of that on the video too, and that's when Deja got put up on the damn table with the food.
Yeah.
Mama slammed her ass on the table with the food, child.
Mama, she, you know what? She
She a
has
light
a
sleeper.
thing to that because she did that with the other girl by the door,
Day
by
Day
the slide thing.
in North Carolina. She walked her ass to
Flying.
the table.
Girl,
I
what?
saw that. Mm-hmm.
Autumn was taking it to the floor back to back.
Oh
She
yeah, she
wasn't as
kept putting
bad
Autumn
though.
down. Yeah.
It wasn't as bad.
Oh,
I think
I
it ain't gonna be as bad.
I came in on one of Autumn's. I don't know how many times she got put down, but I came in on one of Autumn's and she was on the floor. She was like, ah,
yeah.
ah. I don't know what's wrong with her. I'm out of here. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I didn't do it. I didn't do
I
it.
did. I was just standing there looking at her like, mm-mm. She was crying with her hands like, oh my God. I don't know what is happening in here.
Listen, chasing after you to try to figure out where you going in direction is so funny. Cause mama, let me tell you something.
Look at Otto, she cracking up. Cause you know, look, just visiting talking about something. That table was a paid actor. Oh yeah, cause you came to the one in Chicago, just visiting. Did she came to the one in Chicago? That's when Sean Phillips went down. Child, Mama just we seen that. I used that clip on something. Child, he hit that floor. Marshall had to catch his head. Like
Honey, you runs. I don't think you understand. You be running. Mama runs through the whole thing. Like it's so fast. Like you have to be behind her because you don't know where she going, and you be like, it's like you playing football or basketball or something.
It's like
For real.
catchers trying to get real.
I've heard her on video say, "Don't run from me."
Mm-hmm.
Like, mm.
You will get this healing.
And will.
What the crazy part is, people have been knocked out, hit the floor, and then got up like, I feel so good. Like, oh, my thighs don't hurt no more. That is crazy. Like, because my cousin, he got put out several times, like I said, but he had knee problems, and he said his knee was better like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, they ought to be. They was bent back behind him the whole time. Like for real, like you
That
know.
shit was so funny. You watched this shit like I cannot believe it.
She said the domino effect. Yes, girl. She said we all did work. Yeah, that's another thing. She'll put your ass to work.
And will.
Yeah, she'll tell you, touch your hand. Just like like I told you today, put your hand, on a this because that's what they told me to do. I don't never know shit. But they told me to have you put your hand on it, and like that's the way that healing work. I can't wait. Gotta do one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I miss Papa.
Yeah. I know. We gotta do a aesthetic. We'll do it here in Cincinnati.
What do you think?
You know, I'm thinking. I'm
Oh,
thinking
oh.
because he's trying to get me to do it like soon. Um, well, what's what is it? The like the 28th? Oh, because my sister. Okay, so that's what the 28th, the
Mm-hmm.
weekend after
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do it that weekend if we can find a venue here in Cincinnati. And then I have to fly home and send out them invitations and get my stuff that Miss Lisa sent me. And then we'll head down to South Carolina.
Okay.
Ciao. So okay, let me find a venue for Cincinnati. And we'll do the aesthetic here in Cincinnati. We'll still do California too, but we'll do one here in Cincinnati. I'll try to get it. I'll try to put them all up tomorrow for uh. Ooh, look, they're so excited for If I got to do something to my head because last time I did a aesthetic and I had on the lace front, that bitch. I just remember Mama snatching it off and throwing it. I was crying.
So,
I was crying, wasn't I?
You were.
I felt like I was crying. I remember crying because she took my hair off in front of everybody. I was so embarrassed. I was crying real hard in the inside.
we just gotta make sure she got a ponytail. This probably was in her face.
They said it was slipping off or
It was a
something because
little.
I was sweaty.
Yeah, but you sweated a lot, and I started slipping back, so she just felt like it's already slipping. So I
Let me
was
just take it off.
I was crying as hell. I was so embarrassed on the inside. They just do that. They'll take my damn lash off. Papa be walking around with one fucking lash on.
You just gotta
Oh my
have talk with
god.
him. Tell him.
He doesn't listen to me. I'm gonna have a talk with your Huda, and your Huda's gonna have a talk with Papa. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So okay, so I think it's September 28th, which is my nephew's birthday, and my sister be in town, and she, she wanted me to be here when she's here anyway. So I'll see. I'll get the dates, and my Cincinnati people, Indiana people, surrounding Kentucky people, um, and I'll put it up on Eventbrite for the Cincinnati Aesthetic. Still all the way in Cincinnati until I come to California. Yeah. So yes, we're gonna do a California aesthetic as well. But that's gonna be after because I'm taking like a week or 2 weeks off for my birthday because remember we're gonna be in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
The 20th through the 22nd. They tell me something, when do we have to leave? Shit, when you leave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This ain't an event. This is a shit, we coming for a cookout, one band, one sound cookout, the Melonite family reunion.
It's the fun trip.
It's the fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get fucked up. Let me say that again. Don't get fucked up. So anyway, Don Trees, I had a good time. I show gratitude.
I show
Okay.
gratitude to y'all as well. It's nice seeing y'all.
Bye, Don Trees.
Bye. See y'all later.
See everybody later. I'll put the tickets up tomorrow, y'all. And we'll get that going. So let's find a venue for the Cincinnati. Beach, they play all day. I just saw somebody like a real quick shadow go into your room at the corner of my motherfucking eye. It was tall too. I know at least like 5'11". Okay, let's talk about it real quick before we get out of here. So
Yeah.
Naya Rivera came in this motherfucker the other day.
Girl.
Yes.
And did. We was watching her documentary.
We was watching the Glee
Yeah.
Glee documentary, and when it came to her part, she came in this motherfucker and was like leaning on the wall and shit. And then my mom came in holding Tidy's baby, and that was deep. My son was behind my mom, and Naya ended up sitting down, child, and we was in here cutting it up with Naya Rivera, honey.
Yes.
And so she asked Jose, like, do you know that you have souls that be in here, walking in your hallway, standing in the hallway? Aubrey's like, that's why I'm always closing the door, because I feel them. They be in Jose's room.
Yeah.
And so she's always closing Jose's door because it's right next door. I call Jose Josina. And so she said, so is this Josema? I said, no, that's Josina. But his name is Jose. And so she chatted with us for a little bit. And she asked me, so when is the next interview? And so I was going to do it yesterday. It wasn't in me.
Yeah.
And so we watched some of Thelma and Louise because they had never seen Thelma and Louise before.
Never.
And so, but was there anything significant that y'all remember that she talked about while she was in here? She was pretty. She kept saying, tell me what I'm wearing. I'm like, girl, they don't care. We chilling.
Wearing a yellow
Her
sweater,
yellow top.
and then yellow leggings and black flip flops.
Yeah.
With her hair pulled to the side.
Yeah, it was in a little ponytail.
I think significant was just her being able to just like she was giving me messages, of course. And then
oh damn, I forget.
Yeah, she definitely gave a
How did I
beautiful
fucking forget
message
that?
to Aubrey.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Aubrey.
Yeah, well, I just had a situation to where she said that Yehuda and Papa stepped in to do some things on my behalf, and she was just like, you need to show gratitude because they stepped in and helped. But she also indicated that she was going to step in and help with the soap line, Blissful Soaps.
She did say that, didn't she?
She said she's excited about that, and
she asked you both, would you like a help?
Yep,
and I
whatever.
do.
Yes. So she said that she's going to help with that. And she was telling you about like certain people that were in the industry that were talking about like the about her stuff, and she was just saying certain people were not who they
Mm.
were.
Yeah.
Mm. See, I don't remember because I was in the channel listening to her. But dang, she did, and I
And she was
forgot
telling
that.
us some things to our eye, what they're telling us about them is
Isn't
not
true.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like the pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Like you remember the guy that was? It was three of them that passed. No, it wasn't, child. It was
It was
about.
a lot. It was the cast, the crew.
Did y'all know how many people died off of Glee?
A whole
A
motherfucking
whole
bunch.
lot. We talking about cast and
Crew.
crew, lighting,
Production.
production, dropping the fuck dead.
A lot of suicides.
Mm-hmm.
Suicides, car accident, heart attacks.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it was back after back after back.
The shit was crazy
Mm-hmm.
to the point where everybody was feeling like everything was cursed,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
you know. And it was Robin Williams really died of suicide. No, remember I talked about him before. Remember I talked about Robin Williams, that they killed Robin Williams. Yeah, no, I talked about that before. They killed Robin Williams. But yeah, so one of the stars, I think his name was Christopher Chris something, but he played
One of the football players
yeah, he played
with the mom.
Punky Putty
Punk.
Punk Punk.
Yeah.
He played Punk. And they were saying that oh shit. Somebody said they finally made it to nostalgia. I did not. I didn't. I got to tell them that in just a second. But they were like it felt like
Punk.
Puck.
Mm-hmm.
That's his damn name. But it felt like anybody who wanted to leave the show, and they was talking about Leah, and I could never stand this
Nobody could
bitch.
stand her.
But I
She
don't
was a
know.
mastermind for a whole bunch of
Yeah,
It was implied that she was behind
many deaths and many elevations for herself.
girl. When the executive producers was
his
like,
death.
"Oh no, that was definitely her in her real life.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
know her in her real life."
Yeah. It was definitely implied that she wanted to see. What's that boy named Corey?
Corey.
Corey.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to see him. And they was dating. They have been dating. That
Mm-hmm.
she like implied she took him the fuck out. That was on. If you ain't seen that Glee, watch that shit because that shit was implied.
And was.
And he said, "I can't. I don't want to say, but I gotta say it."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, But Naya said that Puck, because she was dating him, man, dated him or whatever at some point. But she said he was a nice guy. He was a cool guy, and that the child molesting charges, the pedophilia charges were not real charges. Like they did that to him or whatever. And I feel like that's why he killed himself because he couldn't get away from that. Because regardless, he had now been found guilty of some shit that he didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part is they used the episode that he it was about a 17-year-old or some shit.
Yes.
And they was talking about, you can get sexual molestation charges for that or pedophilia or whatever that is. And
They painted his picture as the character as him in real life.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
did that. The shit was fucked up. Those are horrible, horrible, horrible people. I feel like it was cursed because of Ryan Murphy
Mm-hmm.
and Leah, whatever the fuck her
Yeah,
name is,
Mitchell
Because remember they said
Michelle.
that she was his favorite.
She was his favorite. She was his motherfucking favorite, and she did that shit.
and was getting paid the most
And was
Got a raise
after he
was
left.
making as much as the lead actors in that motherfucker.
that had their seasoned actors.
Yes.
Like, and then all of a sudden, Corey dies.
She was making $80,000 an episode.
All of a sudden, Corey dies. She had got a $40,000 fucking raise per episode, bro. And all of a sudden, Corey dies.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep saying that. After she allegedly convinced him to start drinking again, and she knew that he was
Yes.
sober. Allegedly, that's what they said on this
Mhm.
thing.
Them just say it's just one drink.
Yep. No.
She was racist,
Yeah.
yep, against the black guy that was on the program. Told him he didn't deserve to sit with them and had the people come and tell him to move. Like, I'm sorry, she doesn't want you here. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, fuck you. The bitch gets on my nerves. She can't sing.
No.
She has an Aggie voice.
She's very Bette Midler. Memories. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
You will not read her the line like that.
Cuss spirit. Yeah, but that was shit was crazy. If you ain't never seen the Glee documentary, watched it. We watched another one. Who was the other one we watched?
Ooh, we watched. It was about. It was called "She Burned" or.
Oh my God! We watched
He burned me,
or the fire.
The fire that burned her.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Screaming. That's so funny.
It's one of them.
That is so funny.
We watched the documentary about the genome. Him and his girlfriend, child. Her name was Brenda. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it was terrible, terrible, terrible. Beth, Lucy, Sue, some shit,
It was something.
something. She had a name. Oh God, that's so terrible of me. I was in it. Don't worry. I cried about this.
Yes, because it was.
It was terrible. What the fuck happened? Real quick before we let y'all go. So what happened was Genome, her dude, she had been on drugs at some point. She had two children. She ended up getting off drugs and she had went to rehab. She was clean. Then he seen her on Facebook and was like, I'm still in love with you. I think they had known each other before. And he reached out to her. So then they started dating. This motherfucker was cuckoo crazy. I mean, cuckoo the fuck crazy.
Yes.
She was hiding from him at some point. He was feeding her the drugs. He was giving her 20 grams of heroin a day. He was like lying to people to get the money to give it to her. He didn't do drugs. He was just feeding it to her so he can keep her under fucking control. So she's going to rehab. The day he was supposed to have been taking her to rehab, she was voluntarily going. She wanted to get clean. She was sick of this. So she was going to rehab, child. He pulled over to the speedway. It's broad motherfucking daylight in the morning. They're in an argument because he really didn't want her to go because he can control her, right? So she gets pissed. She throw her cup of soda on him. He said, watch what I'm going to do to you, bitch. This is his words.
Yes.
She get out the motherfucking truck. He reach in the back of the cab of the truck and get a motherfucking gas tank. He doused her motherfucking ass with gasoline. She said it went down her throat. He set her on fire. Set her on fire and was watching her burn.
Eyes turned pitch black.
His eyes turned black as he watched her burn. He only ran and got the fire extinguisher because another patron had came and he saw that he was standing there, so he ran to get the fire extinguisher to put her out. When they fucking came, bro, and they took her to the hospital and they showed them pictures, the shit was heartbreaking.
Yes.
Heartbreaking. Her mom came in there and didn't even see her the way she was laying in that bed. She said, I just seen my daughter. I turned around and I looked in the hallway and my other daughter was throwing up everywhere in the hallway. And I didn't know why because I think her name was like Beth or something. She saw her daughter in the hospital bed. She never saw the flesh that was gone off her fucking daughter's body. Like the shit was crazy, bro. So the crazy part was she survived for 2 years and testified at her own homicide trial. The first woman person ever to do so. She testified in her own murder trial because she knew at some point she was going to fucking die. And they were going to give him the death penalty because that's what her children felt like he deserved. So when they asked her, what do you want to happen to him? She said, I want him to be charged with murder and I would like to see him do life in prison. So that's what they did, gave him life in prison. The shit was bananas. Yes, this is real. Watch that documentary. Was it on Netflix?
It's on. We watched it on Paramount, I think.
Paramount. It was something like he the fire he caused or the set he set her on
He
fire.
set her on fire or
Some
something.
shit like that. Child, it is a real motherfucking story, bitch. He was watching this lady burn because he wanted her to die. It had already been said. He wanted her to die. No, this ain't a movie. This is a documentary. And she became, well enough to talk. And she would be crying because her whole body, like her hair was burnt the fuck off, bro. Her ears were burnt the fuck off. Like when the gasoline went into her mouth, she said it had burned her throat. Like her little hair grew back and shit. It was so it is heart wrenching, man.
You would have thought she survived.
We thought that she was gonna make it. She didn't. And it was because her hospital bills, this how deep that shit was. Her hospital bills had become well over in the millions, right? And so her mom went to get the victims of violence like funding to help pay for the hospital bills. Bitch, they told her because she had heroin in her system, she wasn't getting shit. Why is that sad? Because she only started doing heroin because she had uterine cancer. And they had put her on all these opioids, bro. And she told her mom while she was taking the medicine, she said, I think I'm getting addicted to these pills. And her mom told her, keep taking them. Keep taking. Her mom said she felt bad about this shit. That she told her if they told you to take 4 a day, then take them. She told her to keep taking the pills. So when she lost her medical, she could not afford the pills, so she was getting them off the streets, and then the pills that she could not afford no more turned into heroin. And so that's how she got addicted. So then when she got with him, he gave it to her again, gave her the drugs again, heroin again, and she was back on it, but she wanted to be clean. And the day she was supposed to go in rehab, he set her on fire.
And she got her a law passed last year for her.
Judy is her
Law.
fucking name.
Yes.
Judy's Law. That's what it was. Judy's Law. So if you Google Judy's Law, her story will come up and you'll probably see the title to the documentary and you'll be able to go see it. It was terrible. It was terrible.
She was such a fighter, though.
She was a fucking fighter. She lasted 2 years. It was only when they told her like that she had to leave the hospital and they put her on hospice and sent her into a hospice program. And she told her mom she was tired, like, and didn't really want to fight anymore or whatnot. Her mom said she told her, baby, just grab my hand and grab Jesus' hand. And so she said she had let her hand go to grab something. She turned around and grabbed something. And when she turned back around, her daughter had passed like that quick. Once they let her out the hospital, it was terrible. Yep, Judy's Law is the name of the law that got passed. So what Judy's Law is if somebody maim their victim, you know what I'm saying? If somebody maimed their victim, they would get an extended sentence because he didn't just try to kill her. He purposefully maimed her, so, you know, it wanted her to grab Juicy's hand, honey. So that's where her law. You get stiffer, harsher, and extended sentences for disfiguring someone. The fire that took her. That's it. The fire that took her. That shit. Go watch that. We about to finish watching Thelma and Louise because they had never seen it, and I was like, "You ain't never seen Thelma and Louise?" I don't know if y'all ever seen Thelma and Louise. I cried the first time I watched it. I cried first time I watched it. Y'all remember that Spirit said that Gina Davis, who is in that, is a trans. I cannot unsee it now. We always in here like,
mind blown.
We cannot unsee this now. So anyway, be looking for the tickets. Go on and get your Baltimore tickets if you up there. And Solitude Day one for people who needed to be rescheduled for the Thursday list readings. I got you Thursday. Okay, so this Thursday coming up, we'll come back and we'll do the list readings. I might come on some point tomorrow and do some free readings though. And you can donate. Nah, donate. Anyway, I see y'all. Solitude Day one. Gratitude. Peace.